Apple is currently untangling its supply chain from China, moving significant portions of its manufacturing base westward to India. This physical relocation creates a vacuum in the global tech market, with tens of billions of dollars in electronics contracts looking for a new home. India has responded with a national strategy of production-linked incentives, pitching itself as the logical successor to the world's established hardware hubs. The success of this macroeconomic ambition depends on the performance of a handful of hyperscale megafactories currently being built across the country. One of the most significant nodes in this new network is the Tata Electronics facility, located in the rural district of Hosur, Tamil Nadu. Regulatory filings reveal the staggering scale of the operation, documenting a total built-up area of over 557,000 square meters. The factory is designed to produce 3 lakh metal phone casings every single day, replacing high-precision imports. To meet these targets, the workforce surged from 15,000 in 2023 to approximately 75,000 today, making Tata the largest contract manufacturer for Apple in India. This level of industrial expansion within a rural landscape creates an inevitable collision between global production targets and local ecological limits. The massive factory sits in the middle of the Hosur and Krishnagiri districts, an area defined by agricultural communities that depend on local irrigation. In late 2025, farmers in the region reported that the open wells used for their crops had become contaminated by factory runoff. The specific allegation was that wastewater from the plant had overflowed from rainwater harvesting ponds and spilled onto vital agricultural land. The situation put the world's most sophisticated electronic supply chain in direct conflict with the local population's access to clean water. Oversight of the factory's discharge falls to the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board, which monitors how the facility handles its industrial waste. Treating 300,000 metal iPhone casings daily generates hazardous sludge requiring multi-stage chemical filtration. Regulators enforce strict limits for biochemical oxygen demand, or BOD. To operate, the facility must keep BOD in treated sewage below 30 milligrams per liter. Following 5 separate inspections, the board issued a formal show cause notice to Tata Electronics regarding the alleged pollution violations. This notice carried the legal authority to sever the plant's power supply, a move that would have effectively frozen production for Apple. A node in the global tech supply chain was held to the standards of microscopic water chemistry. The investigation transitioned into a forensic phase as both company and state scientists began analyzing water samples from the site. Tata Electronics responded by commissioning an independent laboratory analysis, which documented that the facility was in full compliance with all state regulatory norms. The Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board eventually reached the same conclusion. After evaluating its own samples and finding no evidence of contamination, it dropped all further action against the plant. The regulatory system relied on scientific verification to override local complaints, clearing the factory to continue its expansion. Tata's presence in Hosur relies on a strategy of social integration to complement its technical compliance. Through Project Anirai, the factory procures its entire supply of milk and curd from over 3,000 local women dairy farmers in the neighboring villages. The company established STEM labs in local government schools and actively recruits candidates from socioeconomically at-risk communities. Sustainable industrial growth requires enriching the local ecosystem around it, rather than merely building a secure perimeter around the factory. The standoff in Hosur highlights the friction points in India's transition to a global manufacturing hub. Over a 6-month period, a state regulator successfully exercised the authority to threaten the closure of a critical supply chain node based on local agricultural reports. By forcing a massive industrial operation to submit to forensic audits and state inspections, the nation of India has demonstrated that it can scale global tech manufacturing while enforcing the protections needed in its own backyard.